Welcome back to another exciting episode of Ask Coach Matthew. In this episode, we're going to look at a 60-minute training session for an under-8 age group soccer team. So now let's take a look at a 60-minute training session at this age group. So we've come up with the topic as improved scoring in the attack. We're going to have a warm-up component, a technical component, tactical component, and we'll bring all of that together in an end game for the players. So make sure you're always prepared at this age group. That's why we have the session planner in PDF copy that you can take with you. You can also just use the coaching animated software and look at the exercises in your smartphone. So that's a lot easier. I do that all the time. You just look down the phone, boom, you see the movements, you know how to set up the exercise, and you can progress. Make sure you're prepared. 2 different color training vests for the players. Make sure there's a flow, and try to create a warm-up session. So we do a possession game. It's a 1 against 3, and we create the boxes, a 10 by 10 box. We can make 3 of them right off the start before the players get there. Once they get there, they know they drop off the bag. They go in a box, and there's three players on the outside, 1 in the middle. When the player wins the ball, they go out. When the player loses the ball, it goes in the middle. And it keeps that game going. It keeps them energized, keeps them excited, gets them moving before you start the warm-up component. So now let's look at the session we've created. Let's start out first with the warm-up component. The distances of this exercise from the orange cone to the blue cone in the middle is 10 yards, 10 meters, or just 10 steps. From the blue cone to the yellow are 5 steps in either direction. And then from the blue cone to the orange is also 10 meters, 10 steps, or 10 yards back to the line. So keeping consistent with that. A quick explanation of the exercise is player on the yellow cone passes to the player on the blue cone, who passes to the player to the red cone, who then makes a through pass to the player on the blue cone, who then passes the ball to the yellow cone on the other side. And we repeat this exercise. Coaching points in this exercise would be how they receive the ball, how they pass the ball. If you're doing everything with the right foot for the first exercise, then they're receiving and passing with the right foot. Their first touch, their check back away to create space to the players on the yellow cones, that they're moving off the ball and then coming back to it. And then anticipating that double pass for the player on the blue cone as they make that through pass for the player on the yellow cone. The distances in this exercise from the blue cone to the orange cone is 7 meters. From the orange cone to the yellow cone is 7 meters. And that creates a right triangle. The explanation of the exercise is the player at the blue cone makes a pass to the player to yellow cone. Yellow passes to red. Red lays it back to player on the blue cone, who makes a through pass for the player on the yellow coming through, who's going to run towards the goal and finish it. Coaching points is, since it's a combination pass, the movements of the player after they make a pass, that they create space. Same thing for the player through, who's receiving the ball. Do you want them to shoot first time? Are they taking the touch to make the keeper move and then making a shot into the goal? After 7 minutes of this exercise, we're going to take a break for 1 minute and then switch sides after the break and then start the exercise over again. The distances for the game it's a 20 meters field, so each goal is 20 meters across for each order, and where the corner is where we put in this case a flag. If you don't have a flag, just a cone to mark that those teams are defending those two base goals and the other side are defending the other two goal sides. The coach is standing on the sideline with the soccer balls, and the coach plays the ball in to the new team after a goal or when the ball goes back. Explanation is the players on the outside teaches them to constantly stay in movement. So it's basically an 8v4 game you've created numerically for the team who has possession of the ball. Coaching points in the exercise, because it's 8 against 4, there's always 1, 2, 3, 4 players free, which are the 4 players on the outside. So they could quickly play the ball outside to create space and then move into that space and then receive the ball back from the team on the outside, the neutral team on the outside. I hope you enjoyed this week's session. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to weekly updates of Ask Coach Matthew.